Hello again. So I'm back for another video. I mentioned in my booktube newbie tag that I used to read a lot of graphic novels when I was a teenager. So I went to the library yesterday and picked up a couple that interested me or that I've been wanting to read for a while, because it's been quite a while since I've read any graphic novels. So I was looking at my own collection of graphic novels and I was thinking it'd be quite cool to do a video of some of my favourites. I think I'll do a second part to this at some point, but for now I'm just going to stick with these 5 and then I'll do another video with another 5 maybe. These are in no particular order apart from maybe the last one, which is my all-time favourite. So the first one I want to talk about I don't actually own anymore, and that is Quiver by Kevin Smith. Basically the story revolves around the original Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, being brought back from the dead and the consequences of that. Basically, it's quite a well-known Green Arrow graphic novel. I know a lot of people don't like it because Kevin Smith is quite thorough on the dialogue. It's quite dialogue heavy compared to some other graphic novels that you get, but I really enjoyed it. It's one of the better Green Arrow graphic novels I've read, and I love Kevin Smith, so even if he doesn't like Lord of the Rings, I still love Kevin Smith. I'll be willing to let him go on that. So next I have Maus by Art Spiegelman. This was really my first graphic novel that took me out of the superhero genre. So this is mainly about Art's father, who was a victim of the Holocaust, and just about his experiences during that time. This is, as you'd expect, absolutely heartbreaking. I feel like as if it's a must read whether you read graphic novels or not. It's just so wonderfully done. So in this, the Jewish are portrayed as mice, the Nazis are cats, the Polish are pigs, and the Americans are dogs. Even though this is told with animals, it still feels very human. Obviously, because of the subject matter, it is quite hard to read, but I would suggest it. So next I have Watchmen by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. So the way that this starts off is the comedian has died, he's been killed. The comedian used to be part of a vigilante superhero group type thing, and they've all moved on with their lives and they're all doing different things now. So you have Rorschach and Night Owl, Dr. Manhattan, Ozymandias, and Silk Spectre. I think that's all of them. So you're following them as they're almost being dragged back into this world because Rorschach believes that it's somebody who's targeting superheroes. I was pretty obsessed with this when I was a teenager, and the film does a pretty good job of sticking to what happens, but I would still suggest if you like the film, you'd probably like the graphic novel more. If you're a fan of superheroes but want something a bit different, you'll find this on most lists anyway for best graphic novels to read. And there's a reason for that, because it is awesome. Next I have Civil War by Mark Millar and Steve McNiven. So this starts off with a group of superheroes called the New Warriors. They have a fight with a group of supervillains and it all goes horribly wrong. A bunch of people get really hurt in the process. So because of this, a new law is introduced where superheroes have to reveal their real identity, or it would be considered illegal for them to act as superheroes. And it just drives the Marvel universe in half, really. The overall concept is the same as the movie, but it is vastly different, I would say. This is far superior, personally. I mean, you know, obviously there's loads of after effects because of this, and this is just the main story, but it's still very much worth a read. So lastly, this is my absolute favourite graphic novel of all time. I don't think anything's ever going to beat this. I saw the film first and I started reading graphic novels because of this book, and that is V for Vendetta by Alan Moore and David Lloyd. I mean, my copy is so battered. I've had this for must be about 13 years now. I've reread it countless times. I love it. I think I've spilt juice on it or something because it's all red for some reason. And even though it's so battered, I went and got it signed by David Lloyd at Comic-Con. I've lent this to so many people. So for those that don't know, this is set in a future where England has become a fascist state, pretty much. So one fateful night, Evie is introduced to a man here, V, and he plans to blow up Parliament in an act of revolution against the English government. And because she becomes associated with him, she has to go and live with him for her own protection. At the same time, he's killing people who were involved in something. I won't say what, because that pretty much gives away the main plot. And it is scary reading this. I found it scary 10-15 years ago. I'm sure if I reread it today I'd find it just as scary now. It is completely worth a read. It is, unlike Watchmen, this is probably 1,000 times better than the film. Which is a shame because it could have been so good. I still like the movie, but they changed quite a bit of it. Obviously, this is my second Alan Moore book in this video, and I would have easily included another 2, but I'm going to put them in my next video, I think, because I didn't just want this to be an Alan Moore video. So I'm hoping that my trip to the library yesterday will spur me on to read more graphic novels, because it's just something I need to get back into. So hopefully I'll let you know how those go in my September wrap up. And thank you for watching. Have a good day, have a good weekend, have a good week, whatever. See you next time.